Go ahead and take a comfortable posture and position, sitting upright if you can, your hands in your lap, your feet on the floor. And in a posture that lets you be relaxed but alert. And take 3 deep breaths to begin. In and out, and in and out, and in and out. And then just go ahead and let your breath flow naturally. Your belly rising as you breathe in and falling as you breathe out. No need to interfere with it or hinder it. Let your breath come as it chooses, flowing in and flowing out. And take that light of your attention and turn it back on your breath and your body. Again, feeling that breath as it flows naturally, entering through your nostrils. Feel it filling your lungs. Feel it leaving your nostrils as you breathe out and your belly falls. And just be aware of that breath filling your body. Feel that spot, just a few fingers beneath your belly button, your center of gravity, the center of the diaphragm, and you feel how that, like a bellows, draws your breath in as you breathe in, and your belly rises and expels your breath as you breathe out. And if you really give your attention to your breath, you can notice how your in-breath is almost more natural and effortless. You feel how it's the out-breath that drives your breath, how that muscle pushes the breath out, and then how your lungs naturally fill with air as you breathe in again. And then your belly rises and you push that breath out again. And then your breath enters again naturally, filling your belly, filling your lungs, and filling your body. And that focus of your attention on your breath, how we say it's kind of like a light, widen the focus of that light so that it's not just on your breath, not just on your belly, but open it so that you're aware of your entire body from head to toe. It's just the simple ability to know how your body is existing in space right now. That ability we have to know whether we're standing or sitting or lying down. You just feel the fact of your body sitting. You feel the weight of it in the chair, your hips pressing down against the bottom of the chair, feeling the pull of gravity. You feel your feet on the floor, the pressure of your back against the seat. And take a moment to scan your body, feeling your attention on the top of your head as your spine and upper body elongates. You feel as though there's an imaginary string pulling your head up as your upper body extends into space. And you let your attention then settle down from the top of your head, from the crown of your head, to your forehead. Again, just taking your body as you find it. Not trying to change it. It's the same way we don't try and change the breath. But if you do run into tension or pain, at the same time as you don't try and change it, you can note how your awareness itself can sometimes alter things. Awareness of how that tension takes energy to maintain. And in seeing that, we can just allow things to relax. Or where you find pain, we tend to guard or tense up around the pain to armor ourselves against it. So that from a slight bit of pain in the back of our head, we can turn our whole body into a knot of tension. Just be aware of those sensations and release them if you can. As you continue to move your attention down, your eyes, your nose, your jaw. Noticing if you allow your teeth to just meet gently, or if you grit your jaw. Again, if possible, relaxing, saving some of that energy that goes into maintaining that tension. Your attention goes to your chin. Allow yourself for a moment to imagine that you're touching your chin lightly with your finger. Just enough to push your head back a little. Just to adjust posture so that we can maintain this comfortable but alert position. You feel how that opens up the back of your neck. Settles your head more comfortably on your neck and shoulders. And in doing that, relaxes some of the tension that may run through your neck and across the tops of your shoulders. You feel your shoulders drop down, again, giving in to gravity, allowing them to hang loosely, like a coat on a hanger. And noticing how doing that, the shoulders roll back slightly and your chest opens up. Allowing the lungs to fill more with air as your belly rises as you breathe in and falls as you breathe out. And allows as the shoulders roll back and the chest opens for that little bit of a curve in your upper spine, perhaps relieving some of the tension that you feel between your shoulder blades. You let your attention follow down your spine, noting how relaxing allows it to exist more in an upright position, how your spine is like a tower of blocks you would have put together as a child, each resting on top of the next. So that you don't need to hold yourself up. You again feel that sense of your spine extending upwards. You feel your lower back and belly. Noticing if perhaps you have tension in your lower back or your belly. How not giving energy to that allows the back to have that gentle curve forwards and to relax that large muscle of your diaphragm. Pretty large and powerful muscle, really, that, as I said, drives the breath like a bellows. You feel that belly softening so that in a much more relaxed way you can drive that breath. Belly rising and drawing the air in, falling and expelling the breath. And your attention moves into your hips, feeling if you can that they may open and relax a little. Feeling that sense of your sit bones connecting to the seat, connecting again to gravity. That they are like the solid base that your spine arises from out of. And again, you feel the weight and the very materiality of your body as it rests in the chair. Makes that connection with gravity in the earth. Feel the weight against the back of your thighs, resting in the chair. The pull down towards the ground in your calves, ankles. And again, the sense of your feet resting on the floor. And through that awareness, through letting the energy that goes into maintaining tension remain as energy that you can save and use, you feel the last of that tension flow out your feet and your toes and into the ground. And again, feel that fullness of the body, that ability again to have the sense of whether you're standing, sitting, or lying down. And just as the breath is a good reminder, something that's always there at hand that you can use to bring yourself back to what's right in front of you, to this present moment. The same way you can center yourself in your belly for a moment and be aware of a few breaths when you need to be anchored. In the same way, you can use that practice of simply noticing if you're standing or sitting or lying down, that can ground you and can sometimes even calm us. Takes us out of that sense that we live in our heads. Like we hide out in this tall tower, watching for threats from around us, scanning the horizon. We stay up there in our heads and our minds and forget this body and heart that we live in and that allows us to move through this world. That is really how we feel and interact and touch this world. How we can feel the new spring breeze, how we smell the scent of earth on the wind as the ground begins to thaw and soften. Feeling the warm sun as it gathers more strength and grows higher in the sky. And we can feel how our attention and our breath kind of ties our mind to our hearts and bodies. It brings the mind back into the body. In a sense, you could see how it brings our minds back into our bellies, into that center of gravity, that point, that midpoint that connects our lower body, that as we feel here grounds us, and our upper body, our spine reaching up into the sky. That point where heaven and earth meet. Again, we just feel that belly rising as we draw in our breath, and our belly falling as we breathe out. And it's that belly that, when we're walking, leads us. We move from that spot. It's again one of those things we're not even aware of. The wonders of this body and how it moves us, interacts with the world. And we talked before we began about feeding the body. Sometimes those wishes for that bag of Girl Scout cookies or that chocolate, we can note when we pay attention that it's almost as though that begins and comes from the mind. It's that person hiding out up in the top of the tower. And rather than punishing the body by withdrawing all nourishment from it, we can let the body have what it wants and express its wisdom about what it needs. We can let it and let ourselves ride a bike or take a walk, to be able to move, to have food and water, things that it knows is good for us. In the same way it knows to continue breathing, taking in that air, its wisdom. We don't need to remind ourselves to breathe. The body breathes. converts oxygen into energy. And we can nourish it and nurture it with what we eat and what we do. Take a moment to just feel that wisdom of the body, to feel that breath coming from deep in the belly, drawing in and filling the entire body. The wonder and magic of this being we inhabit. And as I say, joining heaven and earth, body and mind. And try, if you can, throughout the day to connect body and mind, to let them harmonize, to feel your breath, to breathe your breath, to feel your body and to move your body. So as you get up from this exercise, if you're able to, take a little time as you move slowly about your house, again to feel and inhabit that body. Feel yourself walking to the kitchen. Really feel and taste that water that you drink. So we'll take 3 deep breaths to end this. And when you're ready, we'll come back together.